Today we're working on a 1992 Ford Bronco four-wheel drive. Customer complained that the 4 high and the 4 low light was on the push button shift on the dash and also on in the instrument cluster. We have checked it out, determined that it needed a new four-wheel drive module and shift motor. First, I'll be installing the new shift motor, which is the shift select motor that is located on the transfer case. Then Don is going to install our used four-wheel drive control module, explain how to do a self-diagnostic test, and how to hook it up in its component location. Alright, we're working on a 1992 Ford Bronco with a Borg-Warner 1356 transfer case, and we have an electric shift, and I'm changing the shift motor on the transfer case. As you can see, we've already gotten the old one off, and I have the new one right here. And there will be a couple of wires. If you all notice these 3 wires coming out of the transfer case over here by the rear shaft, these 3 wires goes to a speed sensor, and they need to be reinstalled into your plug that comes with the that's attached to your motor. So I'm going to install those 3 wires, and then we'll proceed on with the installation of the motor. Okay, as you can see, I've got the 3 wires and installed them into the plug. Just follow the instructions that comes with the motor. And now I am going to put the 3 screws, well actually there's 4 because there's another one that goes into the back. They've got a holder on the back side there, and it goes into that right there. And yeah, and it's real simple. So 4 little bolts, and we plug that plug in from over here, right here, and that goes back up into the truck so that it can go up there to the switches on the dash. And I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, we've got our motor installed now. It was the 3 bolts around the circular part, and then there is one located back here on the aft part of the motor. If I can get it, you can see it there, that holds it to the frame. We've got our wiring back in the little metal clip that holds it up from getting damaged. And yeah, we're going to check the fluid level real quick, which is right here, just to make sure it's full, and this job will be done. Okay, to finish up our 4-wheel drive problem, originally what we had was both the low range and the 4x4 lights were on the switch, and also there's 2 lights on the dash that says 4-wheel drive. That's what the original complaint was for the customer. We had previously done a bunch of checks with meters to find out what was wrong, and we found out that the motor had a short in a motor, and it had burnt out our control module for the transfer case shift select motor, and that is located in the passenger's kick plate down here. As you can see, you need to remove the glove box and the kick plate panel in order to access the computer. Now on the computer we have a light, and that light is located right here, and right above that light is a button. and the computer has a self-test mode. You push the button in and hold it, and the light should blink 4 times, about 1 second apart, and that indicates that the module is good. If you push the button in and the light comes on and stays on, or if you push the button and you have no light, then the computer is bad. Our old computer was bad, so we replaced the motor, which I just showed you all underneath the truck, and now we have gotten a used module, and we're going to put this in. Now there are 3 plugs that plug into this computer. One of them goes to the top here, which gives you power, ground for the computer, and it also links it with the ECM, which is located underneath the dash, but you access it from outside. That's your engine control module. It controls your engine and your transmission shifting. Now on the bottom here we have 2 other plugs. Now one of these plugs goes to that shift select motor that is down there on the transfer case that we have already replaced. This other plug goes up to your 4-wheel drive switch, where you can shift it from 2 high to 4 high to 4 low. So what we're going to do is, we have the battery disconnected. We're going to plug in this top plug on this computer, and then we're going to put the battery back on, connect the battery posts, and we're going to test this module for the first time, because we've just gotten it out of the box. Right there is the box, and we're going to make sure that it's good before we proceed on further. Okay, we now have the battery plugged back in. I'm going to turn the key on to the run position. As you can see, the dash lights come on. Now we wait 20 seconds, and then we can go to our self-test mode, and we'll push the button in and hold it, and we should expect the light to blink 4 times and then stop if the module is good. All right, I think it's been 20 seconds. Hold the button in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it stops. That means that we have a good module. So we are going to run a couple of tests on the motor that we installed on the 8-pin flat plug before we plug it into the module, to make sure that we do have a good motor. Now the motor is new, so I'm assuming it should be good, but we're going to stop right here for a second, because we've got to regroup, get the meter, and get the Ford shop manual out so that we can get the proper pins on the plug to do our tests. Okay, we have got our computer hooked up, plugged in, the 3 plugs, and we have successfully tested the computer along with our new control module and our new motor, that is the shift select motor on the transfer case. Now our 4-wheel drive lights are off. We're in 2 high, and our dash lights are no longer on as well when the engine is running. I have shut the engine off because we're going to reinstall the computer behind the kick plate, put the kick plate back on, and shove the glove box back up in its hole. Then we'll take it for a test drive to make sure that the shifting is correct, because when it was in The four-wheel drive mode, the computer puts it into a different shifting pattern for the transmission. So that was another complaint he had. So we're going to take it for a test drive to make sure that the shifting is correct and that it does go into 4 high and 4 low. And we've got our tech down there. He's going to get that back up in there. He is an expert at this, and he'll have that done in just a minute, and we'll be back. That concludes our short tutorial today on how to replace a four-wheel drive control module and a four-wheel drive shift selector motor on a 92 Ford Bronco. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Later, bye.